Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a more chill video, which is going to be my September wrap-up. I wanted to do a wrap-up this month because I am surprised again, as I was with July and August, at how much I ended up reading. So, without much preamble, let's just dive right in, shall we? The very first book I picked up this month was Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. This book I gave 4 out of 5 stars, mainly because I really loved where the story went. I loved the characters and everything that came with it. It is a super witchy novel. This book is about Lou and Reed. Lou is a witch who has just left her coven, and Reed is a witch hunter, and these two get forced into a marriage and have to cohabitate, even though Reed doesn't know that Lou is a witch, but Lou does. Lots of antics happen in this. This is my new guilty pleasure, but it only got 4 stars because I think the writing could have been more polished, and it definitely left me wanting more in lots of spots. I don't know. There's a video, a vlog on my channel that you can check out that I go more into depth with this, and I will link it somewhere on the screen for you if you like. The second book that I ended up picking up and finishing in the month of September was a reread of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I, as always, adore my rereads of Harry Potter. This go around, I enjoyed this one a lot, as I always do. I just really love the aspect of the games that go on in here, and like, I guess you could call it a game. This is more like a tournament. I don't know what I'm saying. And I really enjoy that this is kind of like a turning point in the series. But yes, 5 out of 5 stars, obviously, and I don't really need to tell you what happens in this book, because if you haven't read it, it is the 4th book of a series, so I won't spoil it for you. The next 2 books, in fact, that I picked up this month were City of Ghosts and Tunnel of Bones by V.E. Schwab. And these were both audiobook reads from me, and I absolutely adored them. They are about a girl named Cassidy who has a best friend who's a ghost, and they are tangled up together because Cassidy almost died one day and he pulled her back. Jacob, her best friend who is a ghost, pulled her back from behind the veil, and then she pulled him into the land of the living. It is so fun. It is a middle grade, so it's light-hearted and yet still has spooky vibes, which I'm looking for this time of year. Each of those got 5 stars for me because they're just fabulous books. The next book that I ended up picking up this month was kind of random. I went on a trip with my mom to the United States, and in one of the hotels they had like a guest library take a book thing, and that one particular one was filled with really old 80s, 70s romance novels, so I had to pick one up. So I did, and that was A Chance Worth Taking by Lynn Erickson. This I gave only 2 stars originally, and then I dropped it to a 1 because it was not good. The first 100 pages I was kind of just in it for kicks, honestly. I wanted to see where it was gonna go. I knew it was gonna be problematic because it was published in the 80s, and it was. And I just really didn't like where it took the characters, and I ended up skimming the last half of the book because it made the main character, who is made out to be at the beginning this super strong, like, take charge, super like handy on a farm girl, and made her into this weak, just absolute weakling by the end of it. And I was like, that's not what I'm here for. So this got a 1 star from me. Do not recommend this at all. The next book I picked up this month was also an audiobook read, and that was House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. This book was a wild ride for me. From beginning to end, it was incredibly atmospheric. It deals with the story of the 12 like a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses. We have Annalie, the main character. I forgot her name for a second. I think it's Annalie, whose sisters have passed away. Most of them. There's only 8 left. Originally there was 12, and their family is cursed with this. And she's trying to figure out why, and then, yeah, I don't know. It's really convoluted and twisted, and I went in not knowing very much. All I knew was that it was a gothic, ghosty, seaside type of story, and that's all I wanted to know. Because, honestly, by the end of it, I didn't know what was real and what was not. So it was incredible. I highly recommend this for around this time of year. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was just a fabulous ride. The next book I picked up in the month of September was Muse of Nightmares. This book, I love it so much. It's ridiculous. This book took me to a whole new place. I loved Strange the Dreamer, which is the first one of this duology. And I just couldn't wait to get into this world, so I did a buddy read of this with my friend Linda, and we were just both screaming for the entire thing. It was a little bit slow at the beginning, but that was perfect because you got like really intimate moments between the characters, and you just were like waiting for something to happen, but in the best way. And then when something does happen, the entire world implodes. I won't tell you what this specifically is about because it is the second in a duology, but Strange the Dreamer is about a guy named Laszlo, and he is the dreamer of the library. He adores books. Most of all, he loves the untold story of the unseen city, aka Weep. And one day, his dream comes to him. The city of Weep is looking for a bunch of people to come together to help them solve a problem. And so Laszlo goes with them because he's the only one who can actually speak their language, and he has to. It's his dream. He has to. And then when he gets to Weep, he also encounters this other character named Sarai, and Sarai is a god spawn. And that's all I'm going to really say because so much happens after that. Laini Taylor just paints such a beautiful picture with her words and her world, and I just adore it so much. I don't know if you guys have read this book before, but I highly recommend you do, especially this one. I don't know which of the two I like better. They're just so fabulous in 2 different ways, but oh, I love this. Definitely 5 out of 5 stars for me if I haven't said that already. The next book I picked up was my book club pick with my friends this month, and it was My Sister, the Serial Killer by Oyen Khan Braithwaite. I don't know if that's how you say it. I'm very sorry if it's not. But this book was a wild ride. It is a thrillery suspense novel. It's not necessarily scary, but it does keep you on the edge of your seat the entire time. I listened to this on audiobook, and it took me about 2.5 to 3 hours to get through because it is very small and the audiobook is very fast, and this is the kind of book that demands to be devoured in one sitting. I won't tell you much about the synopsis because honestly, like, you don't want to know a whole lot going into this because otherwise it's going to spoil the whole thing. So this is told from the point of view of the sister of the serial killer, and we see how that kind of affects her and her family and her sister and that kind of stuff. It's an interesting side of a serial killer's life, you know? But it's a lot, and I really recommend it. I gave this 4 stars. The next book I picked up this month was Ara Shaw and the End of Time by Roshani Chokshi. This is part of the Rick Riordan Presents kind of little publishing nook, which is really cool. This book was really cute. It reminded me a lot of Percy Jackson, which makes a lot of sense. Except we deal with Hindu mythology, I do believe. Yeah, we'll say Hindu mythology. Anyways, it deals with Hindu mythology, and it takes Aru on a quest to save the world from someone called the Sleeper. And it is super good, I think, for a middle grade. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars, 4 stars. Yeah. The next book that I picked up this month was my book club pick for the lovely ladies here on YouTube, and that was Cold Hearted Boss by R.S. Gray. This book I only gave 3 stars to because it was kind of meh for me. I didn't really believe the story, I wasn't super in love with any of the characters, and it just kind of was a little bit boring to me. But by the end it was a little bit more entertaining, thank goodness. But yeah, I don't really have that much to say about this one. 3 stars. Meh. And the last book that I picked up in the month of September was Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. And this was a fantastic way to fill out the month, or not to fill out the month, to end out the month, because it was just a perfect slice of fall. It follows a night, the last night at the pumpkin patch between 2 best friends, Deja and Josiah, and it was just so good. The art style is absolutely beautiful, the story was just so cute, and it just oozed fall. It was exactly what I wanted, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Alright friends, that's it from me. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know down below what kind of books you read in this September. I would really like to hear. Would really like to also hear what you're planning on reading in October coming up. But yes, I will catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.